And welcome to part two of an episode of Real Talks. Did not bring a third change of clothes to make this look like a different day. I don't know what I would have worn, like a jersey. I don't really know. I feel like I am who I am. So behind the curtain, this was two episodes in one day. That's the reality. Yeah.
You guys have to accept that.
And we're here today, this time around, to discuss Superman. If you watched part one, Fantastic Four review, I think this is better than Fantastic Four.
Much better. This, I may lose some cinephile cred here.
Yeah.
This was a good movie.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
it was
you were
a
happy
good.
with it. Like you really like Superman.
I think it was good. Like, it was good at being a movie. It was a good movie. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't perfect. It wasn't the best movie I've ever seen. Anything, but I think it maximized and executed on its intention enough to make me feel something that they wanted me to feel, and also more things that I think I just interpreted from the film, which is
Okay.
great. I think it's a good movie.
Okay. So immediately it passes the test.
Yeah.
You gotta watch it in cinema. Yeah.
They definitely got to watch it in cinema. I mean, if you can, it's a bit late now, but if you can watch Superman in cinema, it's a really nice communal experience, I think, as well. I think a big part of the cinema experience is going to watch a movie with a bunch of strangers who are also looking for this escapist ideal. And yeah, I mean, my screening was fun. It was great. Yeah, it was really nice.
Yeah. And you spoke about what the movie wanted you to feel. The movie left you feeling optimistic.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a feel good movie.
Yeah.
And from everything I've read about Superman, that's what he's meant to be.
Exactly.
Like he's meant to be the paragon of hope.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
Superman is the good guy. Superman
Yeah.
is the ultimate superhero. He's the trump card, like the thing that no matter who the bad guy is, Superman's gonna make it better. And that's a really great thing for just the movie, as like on its own, and it's exciting, and the way it's shot is great. I hate how much the dog is relevant to the movie. From the bottom of my
Kanye
heart,
hates this dog.
I don't like the Crypto, his name. I don't like that I know a cartoon dog's name.
Crypto the super
Like,
dog, man.
yeah, I don't know if I want to know just general animated or like fake like animals in movies and cartoons. Like I know Garfield the cat. I like Garfield. I like Garfield a lot, but I like Crypto.
You know Hong Kong Fooey.
Hong Kong Fooey is an old timer. That's an old timer.
Goats,
That's a deep cut cartoon dog.
Yeah.
To know Hong Kong Fooey is quite special. But the dog aside, I really like that movie. Dude.
Yeah.
I'm so impressed by how well they managed to do what I think Fantastic Four struggles to do, in that it does create the idea that there can be other movies and they can touch on other things, but they don't centralize that.
Exactly.
Like it is still a Superman story, and there are other people and other characters involved in this universe. But you know exactly who you're rooting for. You know what stories you care about. You're watching a situation with a man who has a relationship with somebody. You watch the interview with Lois Lane. Is one of my favorite things I've ever seen in a movie at any point in time. Like the awkwardness that Clark Kent has.
Yeah.
Trying to, like Superman, trying to,
Exactly.
you know, like present himself a certain way. What he thinks comes across as well. Because he's an alien. He's an alien. This is foreign to him, and he's trying to portray himself the best he can, trying to relay how he can come across as scary as a threat, and he means well. It's for me, it's in the top 5 movies I've watched this year. Yeah. At this point in time, as of July 27th, I'm like, dude, yes. Like that was so much fun. I felt like a kid watching that movie.
Yeah.
And-
That's a great way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like a kid as well when I was watching the movie. And I think that was the intention. I think it was to take us back to a more simplistic version of this emotion, because it's been hardened by the complications of the world we live in today. You know, something like hope, even something like good versus evil, has become so murky
It's
and
so
muddy.
it's so
like,
nuanced. Like who's truly good?
Exactly.
Like the
Institutions
bad
are
guys.
failing and
like who's really the bad? Superman is just good.
exactly. Like just
Like it's
be
pure. Like something can just be that.
Yeah. And you know what? It's really nice to see storytellers tell that story. I think everyone knows this. The evil Superman trope has been pervasive
The
throughout media.
boys.
There's been The Boys. There's
Omni-Man to
been
some extent.
Invincible. There's what is that? Bloodborne, or I can't remember that.
There's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them.
It stretches over to the games. There's the Injustice games. The Superman's always evil.
Exactly. Yeah. I think people want to show like, what if this thing that was meant to be good was like not good? Like, what if it was kind of bad? And like, yeah, we get it. Like we're living that every day. Okay, university degrees don't mean anything. Money has replaced all value. We get it.
Life is complex.
What makes this story even in how confident in how cheesy and nerdy his character thesis was, that seeing everyone as beautiful and everyone deserving a chance at life and a chance at happiness is the punk rock thing. I can see how people would be like, ugh, it's very easy to roll your eyes at sentiment, but I agree that the last punk rock against the establishment thing to do is to be kind and nice to people. Like, genuinely, that is the one thing, like, not being punted. Obviously, how many evil Supermen are there now? That's the norm. That's the norm now. The good Superman, the one that we just watched, that's a good story for right now.
Yeah.
It's a good story. Yeah.
Although you say it's a good story, the weird thing about this movie is that for a superhero movie, it's the first time I've read about it on CNN.
Oh, yeah.
The reference point to the crisis in Gaza. And there's people who've like poked fun at the reactions of those involved to say, why would this movie take such a political stance, like that becoming a thing. When I watched the movie, I didn't think of that. Wasn't my first reference, but it's just like there has to be a group he's liberating, and it's just like, I understand it's a very obvious thing when you look at the symbolism. There's obvious references that you can say, okay, that is actually what they are referring to. And I don't know if it was done the best it could have been. Again, the movie still leaves with the feeling of hope, but I think you feel more strongly about this.
Yeah, I think that the political stance, especially because I don't think the filmmakers, I don't think they were trying to be subtle at all. That was Israel versus Palestine, Baravia versus Jahanpur, I think it was called. It was that there is a small militaryless country versus a very big American-backed military country with a larger-than-life super villain, Lex Luthor and Donald Trump, backing them with their own ends and own wants. Like, Trump saying that he wants to own Palestine, turn it into a beach Riviera, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, and like Lex Luthor has got like similar ideals. He wants to be the king of New Baravia or whatever. I think that superhero media has a place in some of our escapist, more ephemeral human condition emotions to touch on in order to evoke something that we can feel good or even bad or complicated things about, right? But when we get to, I made the analogy earlier that if I was watching Dexter's Lab, I wouldn't want him to tell me that apartheid is bad, Like, apartheid is bad, but I don't want to hear it from Dexter. Like, that's a very serious, well, it was at the time, serious current issue.
Yeah.
The thing that's going on the war in the Middle East, I don't think is something that the clout of superhero movies has enough to touch on in a meaningful, respectful way.
Yeah.
Children are still dying in Gaza.
Yeah.
And to say that, like, oh yeah, but if they just had to look
if they
to the
had
sky,
Superman, then he'd fix all of it.
It's kind of like,
it cheapens it.
Exactly, it cheapens it,
and it makes it like something you can almost laugh at. Because I kind of feel, and I think we speak about this in lots of other movie reviews that we've done. If you want to touch on something serious, you kind of have to go all the way with it.
Yeah.
To kind of half touch and to say not like a nod of sorts, it's just like, do you mean what you say? Or do you think that this will resonate and become buzzworthy?
Yes, exactly.
Like, I think it makes people then question your intentions when you are, like, obviously you are against, like unfair rule over the territory, which is great. Like, you hope that's the case, and you have to be, right?
But it's exploitative.
A little bit. If we're gonna look at it for what it is, it's just like, dude, maybe say the names of the country. if you
if
want
you're
to
about
be,
that.
or you're just speaking vaguely about any kind of conflict in any country.
Yeah.
Really. And if that's what you're doing, then again, it's just like, so it's either you're making this pro stance to say this is what we stand for as like a film crew, as like, you know, as a media house, this is what we believe in, or you're speaking vaguely and you're just saying this is something that's kind of happening in real life and we can refer to it. And again, the thing that we do have to always keep in mind is that we do not make movies as of right now. We do not have backers and investors that we have to try and appease when we make anything that we make. We are free to say what we want to say. So again, I try and lean towards being fair and say, you know what, dude, for all we know, they lose backing the moment they even say the word. They even say the name.
True.
They even refer to certain places.
Yeah.
And with that in mind, it's just like, if that's the case, I am a bit sad that the conversation about the movie became about something that doesn't even have the largest amount of screen time. Like, you're not even talking about the movie anymore.
Yeah.
And then you lose the escapism.
Exactly.
And it's just like, I don't know who you then benefit. I don't know if someone who is from Gaza watches that and thinks they cared about us. I don't know if that's what that movie does for me.
No.
And like, so you got like, it's such a complex thing. It's just like, how else do they do it? Art should represent life. Art should, like, it should. It's just, it's hard to draw the line. It's such a weird thing to
Especially
have to
because the intention is spectacle and entertainment
You get
and
me?
escapism. I don't want Black Panther 3 to be about the new Black Panther's gone to the Congo and he's going to stop the civil war.
That'd be insane.
That's an insane thing to do.
Like, what are you doing? What are you talking about?
There's no Black Panther in real life, bro.
Like, who is that for? Is that to sell merch in that country? Like,
that's crazy.
It's too hollow. I think movies, not that they should be apolitical, but I think there are better ways to do it. I think the simple statement that you stand against all genocide, all people being harmed, you don't have to make up the country. You don't have to do it that way.
I want to touch on something.
Yeah.
The movie The Batman, I think, makes a in scale lesser argument, but definitely still a relevant one. That one of the corrupt institutions in America and actually most countries is the police, right? And they touch on the fact that Maroni or Falcone or whatever the mobster's name is owns all the police and they're all corrupt and whatever, and James Gordon is the only one who's real. And by the end, James Gordon reveals that not everyone works for the corrupt mob guy, and Batman is a symbol of inspiration to change that kind of thing.
That is good, even within the police force, in these institutions. Yeah,
exactly.
There's ways to do it.
That works as a political. That's because it's still a political statement, and that works over there. I think
it applies to us here as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, we're literally in South Africa going through something like that right now, but we don't have a Batman. But you know what? We could have a symbol of hope that, like, we could make our own escapist novelty about something like that, because it happens here.
Yeah,
there are people who are trying to do better, but just know your lane. Stick to your lane.
Yeah.
Superman, Middle East war, easy.
Like,
easy
can you imagine this Imperial cartoon where Superman comes to save us?
It's insane. What are you
talking about?
What do you mean?
Please don't draw Superman in my life.
Do you know that Superman can't punch away apartheid, bro? He can't. He cannot punch away apartheid.
It's not a real thing.
That's not a real thing.
The politics aside, I think what the movie does best is it just highlights the fact that Superman cares about everyone. It's a movie about, like, just trying to help people where you can.
True.
There's scenes where he saves squirrels.
Yeah.
I
know a lot of people don't like that. I love that.
Yeah,
I think that was
like
really,
it as
really
well.
good.
It's just like he doesn't want anyone to have to die.
Yeah.
Like, that's such a simple and, like, meaningful thing. It's just like no one needs to die.
Exactly, because he can.
Yeah, like,
I think
if you can help people, you should help people. Like,
and the specificity on that is so good, because I think a lot of people will be like, "Oh, dude, you don't need to help everyone."
If you could,
buddy, you can't help everyone because you're not Superman. But if there was one, that's what you should show him doing.
Imagine if he tried to help everyone.
Imagine if you could.
Yeah.
Imagine if you had the capacity to do something like that.
Dude.
And I think that inspires people to take the extra step. Try a little harder, you know? Remember that it's a valuable and worthy thing to be the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
I think that's the cool thing about it.
Yeah.
So,
I think the best way I see Superman is that I'm sure you'd share a similar sentiment, like, as a kid, when say if you had 3 wishes, what you wish for. a lot of people would say, "I'd wish for world peace," that kind of thing. And as you get older, that's not what someone says. It's almost a cliche to wish for that, right? Because at a certain point in time in your life, you recognize that you have other things going on, and you want things to be well for your family. You want to do well at work, and these are not bad things to want.
Yeah.
It's not even like a terrible level of selfishness that, should be held with contempt. No, I think it's natural to want these things, but to watch a movie like that is like so simplistic that it's just like to just want good.
Yeah.
To have a cartoon based movie, it's just like, dude, wouldn't it be dope if everything was good?
Yeah. The big bad evil guy.
He gets stopped.
Yeah.
Because of the force of good. That's it. That's it. That's all it is.
Ain't that nice?
Yeah.
Ain't that a nice story?
James Gunn, I will be there for your movies.
The gun was not jammed.
I will. I will. Every single time. I think that is a person who understands what comic books are meant to evoke in people.
Yeah.
Like, fundamentally has a super strong understanding of, like, the importance of, like, joy in a movie.
Exactly.
And levity, dude. Like life is so heavy in so many different ways.
Exactly.
I think his movies know how to just make you just be there. To make you present. And in what I hope a movie does for me, no matter what the genre is just to just be completely immersed in that for a moment.
True.
How it handles the political elements of it fails there. But beyond that, that's the best superhero movie I've watched in this decade.
Yeah. No. For me, it's the Batman. Nothing beats the Batman for me.
No, the Batman is a better film holistically, but in terms of the emotion that it left me with, I have Superman ahead of it.
No, I can hold that. I can hold that for sure. It's very, very good. Like, it's definitely worth watching in the theater. I think, even to touch on what theater experiences can give you as a person, I think there's like just so much busyness in all of our lives. And a theater experience is great, especially when a storyteller takes the time to really ingratiate you into what they're trying to say.
Yeah.
To entertain or shock or whatever they're going for, and to be transfixed with that, and that alone in a dark room, this sensory deprivation where you're only in an audiovisual space with what's being presented. I think that kind of constitutes what is worth going to the movies for, because a lot of people associate that with big budget spectacle, IMAX, look at that cool explosion. I don't think the movies are just for explosions. I think the movies are about immersion. I think if you really want to feel a mother losing her child, if you're watching The Passion of the Christ, if you really want to feel hope and goodness, if you're watching Superman, if you really want to feel the wide spectrum of the human condition, you should watch movies that respect you as an audience member, that know that you're a person who deserves a good story. And those are the kinds of movies that should be watched in the cinema. And this is one of them.
Thank you for tuning in. Siba, that was beautifully put. A pleasure doing this with you, as it is every single time.
As always.
Please do watch the movies at all times. You want to be able to go to the movies. It's for all of us. No one loses the more cinema houses we have. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Catch you next time.
Peace.
This is not sponsored by Lipton Iced Tea, but there are two here. To the people at Lipton, if you want to sponsor us, I'm not mad.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, I'm
about to finish it.
This is free product placement. I feel like there's a natural alignment that we have going on here. Try us out. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
My voice is all velvety and
smoother.
Yeah.
Better delivery. What an episode.